Lee Patterson with you. The starting lineups tonight. First for the visitors from Yavapai Community College under the direction of Kevon Davis. A 6'9" freshman from Bordeaux, France, 0, Raphael Dupuy. A 6-foot freshman from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, number 5, Nadir Myers. A 6'4" sophomore from Raleigh, North Carolina, number 12, Kieran Carr. A 7'1" freshman from France, number 20, Martine de la Portier. And a 6'1" sophomore from Prescott Valley, number 21, Carter John. And now the starting lineups for your Eastern Arizona College Gila Monsters under the direction of Cameron Turner, Chris Martin, Chris Norton, and Sam Daly. A 6'1" sophomore from Tualatin, Oregon, number 1, Noah Agoli. A 6'7" sophomore from Portland, Oregon, number 2, Rayshawn Seamster. A 6'7" sophomore from Adelaide, Australia, number 11, Akuk Machar. A 6'9" freshman from Salem, Oregon, number 20, Dallin Morgan. A 6'10" sophomore from Bustleton, Australia, number 34, Lee Rickwood Pitt. Eastern Arizona College is in their home gold uniforms tonight. It is a gold out here inside Gateau. Yavapai will be in their road black uniforms with green and gold. Crowd is still filing in here tonight on a Saturday night in the Gila Valley. A cold, windy Saturday around the Gila Valley today. Monsters are ready to go. Rough Riders are ready to go. We got a drum line in the house tonight as well. They're ready to go for the Region 1, Division 1 semifinals. In an update on the girls' side, Cochise defeated Arizona Western by 1. And so Tuesday night here inside Gateau Gymnasium, the Eastern women will take on Cochise for their Region 1 championship. It'll be Rickwood Pitt to jump center with De La Portier. And we're ready to go in the Region 1 semifinals. The officials are ready. Oh, they're making sure that Rickwood Pitt has his jersey tucked in. Got to get the important things out of the way before we jump off here in this one. Ready to go here in this one. The toss, the tap, won by the Rough Riders, right to left into the hands of Kieran Carr. Out on top against Machar, lobs it to De La Portier, left side. On the left elbow, hands it off out on top, back to Carr. Carr with the standing dribble, top of the key against Seamster. Now back on top, De La Portier in the corner right side, 3-ball on the way, over the rim, no good by John. Pulled down in the lane by the Rough Riders. And that looks like Raphael Dupuy who got that rebound. Out on top to John, and Yavapai resets with 11 to shoot. With the ball on the dribble, on top now to De La Portier. Hands it off right side now to Myers. Long 3 off glass, no good. Actually, it's going to be a shot clock violation. It didn't draw a rim. And it'll be a turnover back to Eastern Arizona College. Yavapai got 2 possessions on their opening possession, but the Monsters were able to hold them out. Into the front court, Noah Agoli with it. To Machar. Machar back to Agoli, man-to-man defense by Yavapai. Down low to Rickwood Pitt, catches. Tippy toes out to Morgan for 3. No good, but a whistle and a foul called. And Demo going to go to the line to shoot 3. The foul going to go on number 5, Nadir Myers. That'll put Dallin Morgan at the line to shoot 2 for Eastern. Morgan averages 9.5 points a game, 5.2 rebounds a game. Redshirt freshman. His first one rolls in, and we've got our first points of the night, 1-0. 1 minute in to this one. You'll get 2 more for the Monsters. It is up and good. The winner of this one will get the winner of Cochise and Western Monday night at the higher seed. So if Eastern wins tonight, regardless of who wins the other game, the game will be here on Monday night. Third one on the way, in and out, no good. De La Portier with the rebound. Into the hands of Myers. Hands it off to Carr, right side on the dribble against Machar into the front court. Now on top to De La Portier. Hands it off to Carr, drives right in the lane, jump stop. Now kicks it back out to Myers. Myers drives through the lane, 9 to shoot. Out on top to Carr. Carr goes left, going to drive the lane, leaves it in the paint, nobody home, and a turnover back to Eastern Arizona College. That is now 3 possessions for the Monsters. And Yavapai has got for the Rough Riders, and they've only got 1 shot so far. Into the front court, Morgan with the ball left side. Now off to Seamster, back out on top to Agoli. Agoli to Machar. Machar on the dribble in the lane to Seamster. Seamster triple teamed, loses the handle, gets it back, fadeaway won't go, but the tip in by Rickwood Pitt will go, and the Monsters lead it 4-0. Into the front court, John with the ball, right side, on the dribble against Seamster. Now back out on top to Kieran Carr. Carr on the right-handed dribble, goes right around a screen. On top to DePoy. DePoy spins in the lane, kicks it right corner. The big man for 3, back iron no good. Machar with the rebound for the Monsters. 4-0 lead for Eastern as Machar brings it into the front court to Morgan. Morgan in the lane to Seamster. Right side tries to get it to Rickwood Pitt, and he can't hang on to it. He goes out of bounds to Yavapai. Lee Rickwood Pitt saying all the way down the floor that he never touched that ball when it went out of bounds. And a near steal at midcourt, but Carr gets through the double team, spins in the lane, into the corner to Myers. Out on top to John. Now back to Carr. 3 ball on the way, short. Rebounded by DePoy, and Yavapai gets another possession. Carr drives, loses the handle. Into the corner now to DePoy. On top to Myers, the lefty for 3, good. Myers averages 7.2 points a game. He's got the first 3 for Yavapai. The Monsters lead 4-3. 3-2 zone this trip down for the Rough Riders. Machar with it, left side to Seamster. Back on top to Agoli. Wide open for a 3 of his own. Good for Noah Agoli. The dribble drive and dish for the Monsters makes it 7-3 Monsters. Early on in this one, Carr going to drive into the front court. Cut off there by Agoli. Now hands it in the corner to Myers. Myers comes right on the dribble. Trailed there by Agoli with 17 to shoot. Now brings it all the way back out on top. Myers goes left. Now on top to John. Catch, shoot, 3 on the way, good. Back-to-back threes for the Rough Riders, and it's a 7-6 Monster lead with 16-13 to play in the first half. Into the front court, Agoli with the basketball. Right side to Machar, in the corner to Morgan. Now to Rickwood Pitt, kicks it back out to Agoli, feeling it from 3 from the left side, in and out, no good. DePoy with the rebound for the Rough Riders, off to Myers. Myers pushes it into the front court. Goes right on the dribble, hands it off to Carr out on top. Carr, standing dribble near side against Machar with 13 on the shot clock. Off to DePoy between the circles. Now back to Carr. Goes left on Machar. Gets around him. Over Morgan. Off the glass and good. And the Rough Riders have taken the lead 8-7 in this one. As I mentioned in the open, the Monsters have beat Yavapai 4 times this year. And it's always tough to beat a team for the 5th. Eastern trying to do that. Morgan fires a 3 left side. Front iron no good. Rebound is loose. Machar pulls it down, but into the hands of Myers as he tries to save it. 15-11 to play first half, 8-7. Yavapai on top. Myers into the front court, right side to Carr. On top, thrown away. The ball's going to go out of bounds. Into the scorer's table. Into the Eastern lineup will be number 13, Terrence Warren, who is voted Freshman of the Year in the league. That's the 2nd straight year that Eastern has had the Freshman of the Year. Rayshawn Seamster was the Freshman of the Year last year. Into the Yavapai lineup, number 1, Isaac Gonzalez, a 6'1" freshman from the Bronx, New York. Into the front court, Eastern with the basketball, left side, Rayshawn Seamster, crossover dribble in the lane, fade away, loses the handle, stolen away by De La Porte. Into the hands of Gonzalez, who walks it into the front court for the Rough Riders, right side. Works against Warren, now comes left. Yavapai's game plan tonight is to slow it down. They have not triggered offense until the 15-second point. And an illegal screen called on a handoff out on top. Going to go on 0, Raphael DePoy. That'll be his first. It'll be Monster basketball, backcourt left. As the goalie brings it into the front court to Morgan left side. Against the zone of Yavapai, on top to Rickwood Pitt. Goes left on the dribble to Seamster. Seamster drives into the corner to Morgan. Now out on top to Rayshon. Seamster loses it off of his foot, but now Morgan, 14 to shoot. Cross court to a goalie. He'll drive, steps through, and he lost the handle, but he takes a forearm across the chin on the way up. The foul will go on 20. Martin De La Portier, that is his first, and that's going to put a goalie at the line to shoot two. A goalie is already sporting a shiner on his right eye. And took a shot across the face on the way up. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Monsters trail 8-7. First free throw is good. Into the Riders lineup. Number 11, Tim Richardson, a 6'4 sophomore from West Chester, Pennsylvania. Now a goalie back to the line with the game tied at 8. Fires and good. 2 for 2 at the line for Noah goalie. Monsters lead 9-8. Eastern putting on a little full court pressure after that made free throw. Gonzalez to Carr on the dribble against Warren now at the time stripe, right to left. Carr goes right. Warren still on his hip. Now goes left on the dribble. Can't shake Warren. Now gets a screen, goes right into the lane, right side. Now to Richardson. Lobs it down low. Knocked away by Eastern and stolen by the Monsters. Nice defense there by Dallin Morgan to get the ball back for the Monsters. 9-8 Eastern, 13:38 to play in the first half. Into the front court, a goalie with the basketball right side. Goes left around a double screen, pulls up from 15, left side, and buries it for Noah goalie. Big bucket there for Noah goalie. It's 11-8 Eastern with 13:22 to play in the first half. Gonzalez in the backcourt against the goalie, right to left, making him work all the way into the front court. Comes right on the dribble. Yavapai stands around at the top before they get the play in motion, and a steal by Rayshon. Showtime, two-handed for Rayshon Seamster on the steal and the score. 13-8 Monsters with 12:55 to play in the first half of this Division I, Region I semifinal game. Winner to the championship game Monday night. Gonzalez into the front court. Just a lot of standing dribble for Yavapai out on top. Goes right on the dribble to De La Portier. Back near side to Carr. Carr drives right, cut off on the elbow. Back out on top to Richardson for a three. Back iron won't go. A goalie with the rebound for the Monsters. He'll sprint it into the front court, left to right to Seamster. Seamster drives, kicks it back to a goalie. A goalie goes left on the dribble. Now resets it on top to Warren. Warren calls for a head tap. Gets a screen from Rick Wood-Pitt. Goes left with it, gets into the lane, pulls up from 15. Good for Terrence Warren. Timeout, Yavapai. 12:11 to play here in the first half. Monsters lead it 15-8 over Yavapai. We'll be back after this full timeout. Welcome back inside here at Eastern Arizona College. Lee Patterson with you. 15-8 Eastern on top of Yavapai in the Division I semifinal. It'll be Yavapai basketball right to left. Into the front court. Left side to Carr. Carr drives it, kicks it in the corner to John. Can't hang on to it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Monster basketball. Into the Eastern lineup, number 3, Amari Caraway, the 5'11 freshman from Fresno, California. 12:01 to play in the first half. 15-8, Eastern on top. Caraway with the basketball, on top to a goalie, left side. Now to Seamster. Seamster drives, gets to the baseline, kicks it on top to AC3. Now back to Warren. Warren crosses over, gets into the paint, gets to the glass, left-handed, and score it for Terrence Warren. That was tougher than it looked. Warren had to hang to get over the top of 7-1 De La Porte, and he did it. 17-8, Monsters lead. Into the front court, left side, traveling violation as Rafael Dupuy used the Euro step. He'll get called for the travel. Into the Yavapai lineup, number 31, Cameron Stokes, 6'5" freshman from Columbus, Ohio. It'll be Eastern basketball, baseline left, or excuse me, full court left. 17-8, Eastern on top, 11:26 to play in the first half. Caraway into the front court, left side to Seamster, right back to Caraway. Comes right on the dribble around a screen, and it's going to be an illegal screen called on Terrence Warren. Cam Turner does not like to call. Terrence Warren is confused. That's going to be the first on Terrence. Into the Yavapai lineup will be number 4, Khalil O'Bannon, a 6'3" freshman from Phoenix. Yavapai basketball right to left. Gonzalez on the dribble against Caraway at the time stripe. Monsters lead 17-8. Into the front court, Gonzalez goes right, Caraway stays with him. Now comes left on the dribble, hands it off to Myers, who's checked back in. Now he'll fire a three, back iron won't go, and Seamster high for the rebound for Eastern. Off to Warren. Warren into the front court, crossover, down low to Rickwood Pitt, and he lays it up and in for Lee Rickwood Pitt. Terrence Warren goes length of the floor and dishes the dime down to Lee Rickwood Pitt for the score. 19-8, Monsters by 11, their largest lead. De La Portier drives, and an offensive foul called against Yavapai. That'll go on number 20, Martin De La Portier. That'll be his second. Akok Machar back into the Eastern lineup. Rafael Dupuy back into the Yavapai lineup. And number 11, Tim Richardson, back in as well. It'll be Eastern basketball, left to right. Into the front court. Caraway with the basketball. Now swings it around. Near side to Warren. In the corner to Machar. Machar fires the three. Back iron no good. Pulled down by Richardson. He's on the run for Yavapai against Warren. Off the glass and one for Tim Richardson. Count the bucket for the Rough Riders. The foul will go on 34. Lee Rickwood Pitt, it'll be his first. He'll head to the bench. Dallin Morgan will check back in. Rickwood Pitt walked by the official and gives him knuckles and said, that was a good call. You can't help but smile when you're around Lee Rickwood Pitt. To the line, Tim Richardson averages 8.1 points a game this season for the Rough Riders. His and one is good, make it a three-point play for Yavapai. 19-11, Eastern leads it with 10 minutes to play in the first half. Into the front court, Warren with it for the Monsters. Near side to Caraway, now back between the circles to Warren. Left side to Machar. Machar thinks about a three, and then has it stolen away by O'Bannon. Just picked his pocket, but then O'Bannon loses it to Morgan for the two-handed dunk for Dallin Morgan in the paint. Demo can shoot, he can dunk. At 6'9", pretty versatile player. 21-11, Monsters by 10. Drive, kick, Myers for three, short. Pulled down by Seamster for the Monsters. 9:30 to play first half, Eastern with a 10-point lead. Machar into the front court, drives, kicks it to Morgan. In the corner to Terrence Warren, who catches a knee off the side of his head as he pump faked. And Cameron Stokes went for the pump fake, and Terrence Warren took a knee to the right side of his face. And now Eugene Edgerson, the lead official here tonight, going to check on Warren to make sure he can continue. Warren's going to be fine. It's a non-shooting foul because Warren did the pump fake. He wasn't in the act of shooting. He looks like he's going to stay in the game. It'll be Monster basketball. Baseline left. Caraway will inbound. Slaps the basketball, lobs it in on top to Seamster. Rayshon left side to Caraway. Draws the double team, back on top to Rayshon. Rayshon drives, steps through, back to Caraway, left side for three. In and out, no good. Rebounded out on top by Seamster. Seamster drives, steps through, off the glass and good for Rayshon Seamster. 23-11, Monsters lead with 9 minutes to play in the first half. Carr walks it into the front court for the Rough Riders, right side on the logo against Warren. Goes right, picks up his dribble, looks down low, right side to Richardson. Richardson spins, fades away. Fadeaway jumper won't go. Rebounded by Machar for the Monsters. Off to Caraway. Eastern with numbers. Near side, Demo. Demo drives. Cross court to Machar. Wide open for three. Good for a Cook Machar. The Monsters now lead 26-11, a 15-point lead, their largest. It was tied at 8. Eastern now leads it 26-11. Carr has it stolen by Terrence Warren out on top. Off to Demo, catches, leaves it underneath to Caraway, loses the handle and stolen by O'Bannon. He'll bring it right to left into the front court himself. Now slows it down against Machar, on top to Richardson. Richardson hands it off to Carr. Carr drives right, gets picked up on the right elbow by Demo. Carr gonna drive, kicks it in the corner to O'Bannon. He's gonna fire a three. It's an air ball into the hands of Terrence Warren. Warren up to Rayshon. Rayshon to the glass. No good, no foul either. Rayshon hits the deck. Pulled down by the Rough Riders. Into the front court, Myers for three. That's off the back of the rim, no good. Pulled down by Seamster. Monsters lead by 15, 7.5 to play in the first half. Caraway will walk it left to right into the front court. Top of the key against Stokes. Now comes right, draws the double team. On top to Morgan, left side to Warren. Warren pulls up from 15, short, but then the follow dunk by Rayshon Seamster. 28-11 Monsters with 7:14 to play in the first half. And a timeout called by the Rough Riders. Eastern on a 20-3 run to lead it by 17. We'll be back after this full timeout. Seven minutes and 12 seconds to play in the first half here. Eastern in the midst of a 20-3 run. It was tied at 8. The Monsters have then gone on a 20-3 run to lead 28-11 over Yavapai. It'll be Yavapai basketball. Backcourt left, Myers to inbound. The officials, there was 6 players on the floor for Yavapai. That's what was taking so long. I was wondering what the delay was. They've got it sorted out, and it will be Yavapai basketball right to left. Gonzalez into the front court, goes right to Carter John. He'll hand it off on top to Myers. Near side to Gonzalez. Can't shake Caraway off the left side. Now drives in the paint, and it's going to be a bumping foul against AC3. A little too aggressive for him there. That'll be his first non-shooting foul. Third team foul. It'll be Rough Rider basketball, baseline left. Lobs it in on top, stolen away by a Cook Machar, and then he's fouled on the way down by number 12, Kieran Carr. That'll be his first, and the 6th team foul. It'll be Eastern basketball. Backcourt right. Noah, check that. Jamari Childs checks into the lineup, the freshman from Seattle, Washington. He'll inbound into Caraway. Goes left into the corner to Machar. Machar into the big man, and he traveled with the basketball. Rafael Dupuy caused the travel at 6'9" as Machar was trying to go to the basket. It'll be a turnover back to the Rough Riders. 6:41 to play in the first half, 28-11. Gonzalez with the basketball right side. On the dribble into the front court. Between the circles. Goes right, now back left, still standing dribble. Works against Caraway, gets a screen. Caraway knocks him off his line, off into the paint now to DePoy. Fadeaway won't go. Rebound is loose, pulled down by Warren. Warren on the run for the Monsters into the front court. Has his pocket picked by Carr. The Yavapai Rough Riders on the run. Carr into the left corner to Myers, wide open for three. Back iron, no. Rebounded by DePoy, weak side. Out on top to Gonzalez. And Yavapai will reset with 15 to shoot. Gonzalez out on top against Childs. Now leaves it for DePoy. DePoy off to Myers. Myers goes right to Gonzalez with 4 to shoot. Goes left around to screen. Gonna have to throw up a long three. Doesn't hit anything again. That'll be a shot clock violation and a turnover. Lee Rickwood Pitt, Rayshawn Seamster, and Noah Goalie back into the Monster lineup. And back into the Yavapai lineup, number 20, Martin De La Portier. It'll be Eastern basketball left to right, leading 28-11, 5.5 to play in the first half. A goalie with the basketball on the standing dribble. Goes left to Childs. Childs down low to Rickwood Pitt. Rickwood Pitt on his way up and is fouled on the fadeaway. The foul will go on number 21, Carter John. That'll be his first. And the 17th foul. The Monsters in the bonus. The remainder, 5:24 of this one. First half, Rickwood Pitt to the line. Averages 7 points a game for the Monsters this year. The sophomore from Bustleton, Australia. Free throw in and out, no good. I think that they're going to say it was just 1 and 1. I thought he was a 2-shot foul. So just 1 and 1 for Rickwood Pitt. Rattles out on the first. It was the 17th foul, so I guess they can say it was on the floor. Carr into the front court against a goalie. Left side to Myers. Myers against Seamster. Goes right on the dribble, around a couple of screens, hands it off to Carr, top of the key. Now back on top to DePoy. He's going to drive, right side, loses the handle, pulled down by a goalie. A goalie on the run into the front court. Kicks it to Seamster, left side. Seamster drives, on top to Childs. Catch, shoot three, no good. But the follow is no good by Cook Machar on the dunk attempt, but he's fouled on the way up. The foul will go on Rafael DePoy, his second. And that'll put a Cook Machar at the line to shoot 2 for the Monsters. 10.5 points a game for him this season in his sophomore season. From Adelaide, Australia. A couple of Aussies on the floor for the Monsters. Machar fires his first. In and out, no good. Into the Riders lineup, number 11, Tim Richardson, replacing DePoy. Back to the line, Machar, with the Monsters leading by 17, 28-11. Make it 29-11, as Eastern now on a 21-3 run over Yavapai with 4:43 to play in the first half. Myers, near side to Carr, into the front court right to left. Picked up by Machar at the three-point line. He'll go right on the dribble between the circles. Left side now to De La Portier in the paint against Rickwood Pitt. And a whistle and a foul called down low on the ground. 34, Lee Rickwood Pitt. That'll be his second. It'll be the 4th team foul, non-shooting foul. Dallin Morgan will check back into the Eastern lineup, replacing Lee Rickwood Pitt, who will sit with 2 fouls. Yavapai will inbound baseline right. In right side to Carr. Carr thinks about a 3, has 18 to shoot, so he'll back it out on top. Carr goes around a high screen right side, picked up by Seamster. Now drives left in the lane. Fade away from 15 is good for Kieran Carr. And that breaks the big scoring drought for the Rough Riders, but Eastern still leads it 29-13. Into the front court, Machar dribbles through a double team, kicks it left side to Childs. Childs drives, reverses it out to Morgan. Left side for a 3, short. Rebound is loose and out of bounds off of Eastern Arizona College. It will be Yavapai basketball. 3:51 to play in the first half, 29-11, Monsters on top. Trying to get you a score update from Cochise and Western. as well. Myers with the basketball, hands it off to Carr. Into the front court, right side. Now off to the big man. He'll fade away jumper from 15 for Martin de la Portier. And he puts it home, 29-15, Eastern on top. Into the front court, a goalie with it left to right. Now to Childs. Childs left side to Seamster. Seamster on top to Machar. Machar left side to goalie for three. In and out, no good. Myers with the rebound. And a foul called on the rebound against Cook Machar. That'll be his first. It'll be Riders basketball after the foul on Machar. 15 foul, 3:05 to play first half. Monsters lead 29-15. Yavapai has definitely taken the air out of the ball here in the first half of this one. Eastern still leads by 14 though. Carr into the front court, right side. On top to de la Portier. Hands it off to Richardson. Richardson goes left in the paint. On top now to Myers. Myers goes right, gets through the lane. Jump stop, leaves it to Richardson. Reverse layup is good to the glass for Tim Richardson. Richardson will pick up a bucket and cut the lead to 12, 29-17. Eastern Arizona College on top. Machar with the ball left side. He drives to the glass. Scoop shot is good for a Cook Machar. The Monsters are really good this season at getting from the wing to the rim. 31-17 Eastern. Richardson into the front court right side for Yavapai. 2:09 to play in the first half. On top to Myers. Myers with the standing dribble right side. Now back left against Childs. Kicks it on top to the big man. Right corner to John. Pump fake. Step back three now on the way. Back iron no good. Rebounded weak side by Richardson for Yavapai. Now off to Myers. Myers goes left around a screen. Picked up now by a goalie and kicked out of bounds by Noah into the Eastern bench. Into the Eastern lineup will be number 10, Caden Erickson, the 6'2 freshman from Syracuse, Utah, replacing Jamari Childs. Amari Caraway back into the Eastern lineup as well, replacing a Cook Machar. Yavapai basketball, front court left, and on top to Myers. Myers goes left on Caraway, and he traveled with the basketball. Nice job by AC3 of jumping that passing lane and causing the pivot foot shuffle by Myers. Back into the Riders lineup, number 1, Isaac Gonzalez. It'll be Eastern basketball left to right. Timeout, Eastern Arizona College. 1:37 to play in the first half. Eastern 31, Yavapai 17. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back inside here at Eastern Arizona College. Score update from Douglas. Western leads Coach East 20-17. Thanks to Krista Morgan for keeping us updated. I found the live feed of it, but without being able to listen to it, I don't know the score. Caraway into the front court for the Monsters, left side to a goalie. A goalie against the big man. It's a mismatch. He beats him to the bucket, leaves it to Erickson in the paint. High off the glass, won't go. Gets it back, and he's fouled on the way up. Nice hops there by Caden Erickson, the 6'2 freshman. That'll be the third on Martin de la Portier, the 7'1 freshman from France. And that'll put Caden Erickson at the line to shoot 2. Averages 3.5 points a game and 1.5 rebounds a game as a 6'2 freshman. Check that they call it. They called it on Carter John, his second team foul, or his second foul. Back into the Yavapai lineup, number 4, Khalil O'Bannon. It'll be Erickson back to the line after he made the first. Second on the way is good as well for Erickson. 33-17 Monsters, 1:19 to play in the first half. Carr picks up his dribble in the backcourt, gets it to O'Bannon into the front court. Goes right against Caraway to the glass. Scoop shot won't go. A goalie with the rebound for the Monsters. And he has it knocked out of bounds from behind by O'Bannon around the midcourt stripe. It'll be Monster basketball, front court left. Rayshon Seamster will inbound for the Monsters. Into the backcourt to Caraway. Caraway on the standing dribble, gets a screen from a goalie, goes left with it. Now swings it to Noah between the circles. A goalie one-on-one, goes left into the paint, left-handed, and he's fouled on the way up. That foul will go on number 11, Tim Richardson, his first. That'll put Noah goalie at the line to shoot two for the Monsters. Monsters have struggled a little bit from the foul line tonight, but a goalie will go to the line to shoot two more for the Monsters. I guess they're 70%, 7 of 10. That's a little above average. As a goalie hits the first, he'll get one more. The second one coming from Noah goalie. On the way, and good. 2 for 2 at the line for Noah. Makes it 35-17 Monsters with 52 seconds to play in the first half. Gonzalez will work it up against a goalie in the backcourt. Noah going to get caught on a hand check trying to steal it in the backcourt. That'll be his first 6-team foul. Eastern is in the double bonus. One more until Yavapai's in the bonus. It'll be Yavapai basketball in the backcourt into Gonzalez against a goalie. Gonzalez now crosses the time stripe. On top against Noah goalie. Goes left on the dribble. Can't turn the corner. 17 to shoot, 30 to play. On top to D. Leportier, left side. Jumper on the way, won't go. Rebounded by Richardson, and he puts it back up and in. Yavapai has rebounded the ball offensively really well this evening. They don't have a ton to show for it points-wise. Eastern leads at 35-19, 12 seconds to play in the half. Into the front court, Caraway with the basketball. Down to 7 seconds, right side to Erickson, down low to Demo. Demo against the big man, left-handed off the glass and good for Dallin Morgan. And that is how the first half comes to an end. The Monsters lead at 37-19 over Yavapai. We'll come back for the Kimpton Chevrolet halftime report coming up right after this.
It starts with a destination. Your higher education journey begins here, in this classroom, in this residence hall, in this town. Outside the big city lights, opportunity shines with professors who know you and care. Like her, like him, like them. Here, small college experiences exist where you never thought to look before. This journey we take with new friends, exploring new places, and learning only in small class settings. Some of us find our path in music, in science, in health, while others find it in something even more hands-on. It is a place to arrive curious and to leave debt-free. Here, beginnings matter just as much as ends. So get out of your bubble. Walk your path. Find your way. And start your journey. Because no matter where you want life to take you, it starts at the SMART higher education destination. It starts at Eastern Arizona College.
Welcome into the Kimpton Chevrolet Halftime Report. Lee Patterson with you. Kimpton Chevrolet, your straight shooting dealer in the Gila Valley. You're online at KimptonChevrolet.com. At halftime, Eastern leads Yavapai 37-19 in the semifinals of the Region 1 playoffs. Let's take a look at the scoring first for the Rough Riders from Yavapai. Nadir Myers has 3. 7 points for Tim Richardson off the bench. He leads the Yavapai Rough Riders. 4 points for Kieran Carr, 2 for Martine De La Portier, and 3 points for Carter John. For Eastern Arizona College tonight, Noah Goli with 9 points to lead the Monsters in the first half. 6 points and 5 rebounds for Rayshawn Seamster. 2 points for Caden Erickson. 6 points and 3 rebounds for Akuk Machar. 4 points for Terrence Warren. 6 points for Dallin Morgan. And 3 points for Lee Rickwood Pitt in the first half of this one. As we mentioned, this is the 1 versus 4 matchup in the Region 1, Division 1 bracket. Number 1, Eastern Arizona. Number 4, Yavapai. Number 3, Western is at number 2, Cochise. The championship game will be Monday at 7 o'clock at the highest seed. So if Eastern wins here tonight, they will play at home on Monday night at 7 Arizona time. Then that is the Region 1 championship. The Region 1 champion will play against the Region 18 champion in the district championship game at the Region 1 champion. So that game will be in Arizona this year. If you weren't around for the Open Loop Energy pregame show, we went through the postseason honors. All region first team, Region 1, Division 1. Rayshawn Seamster and Terrence Warren made that list, along with A.J. Marmalejos from Arizona Western, Jalen Barbie from Cochise, and Janoy Thomas from Arizona Western. The all-region second team, Region 1, Division 1, Ray Glasgow from Yavapai, Jordan Hernandez from Cochise, Tracy Godfrey from Cochise, Akuk Machar from Eastern Arizona, and Riley Parker from Cochise. The all-ACC EAC first team, A.J. Marmalejos from Arizona Western, Rayshawn Seamster from Eastern, Terrence Warren from Eastern, Jalen Barbie from Cochise, Janoy Thomas from Arizona Western, and Ray Glasgow from Yavapai. The all-ACC EAC second team, Jordan Hernandez from Cochise, Tracy Godfrey from Cochise, Akuk Machar from Eastern, Riley Parker from Cochise, Edwin Suarez from Arizona Western, and Dallin Morgan from Eastern Arizona. The defensive player of the year was Jordan Hernandez from Cochise. The player of the year was A.J. Marmalejos from Arizona Western. And the coach of the year was Cameron Turner from Eastern Arizona. The freshman of the year, Terrence Warren from Eastern Arizona College. That is the postseason awards. Eastern littered across those with their honors. And it's the first time since 06-07 that Eastern Arizona College has won the region here this season. The Eastern Arizona College women also won their region. They are the number 1 seed in the women's side. They will play Cochise College at home Tuesday night at 7 o'clock for the Region 1 championship. The winner of that one goes directly to the national tournament. Eastern leads at 37-19 here at halftime over Yavapai. Let's take another timeout on the Kimpton Chevrolet Halftime Report. We'll come back right after this. Welcome back into the Kimpton Chevrolet Halftime Report. Lee Patterson with you. Kimpton Chevrolet, your straight shooting dealer in the Gila Valley. You're online at KimptonChevrolet.com. At halftime, Eastern leads Yavapai 37-19 in the Region 1 semifinals. Let's take a look at some NCAA Division I men's basketball, top 25 action. Tonight at 8 o'clock, number 5 Arizona is at USC. Number 2 UConn leads Providence 70-44. New Mexico on top of number 22 Utah State 48-47 early on in the second half. Number 20 BYU leads Oklahoma State 32-27. Finals from earlier. Number 16 Alabama over Arkansas 92-88 in overtime. Kansas State upsets number 6 Iowa State 65-58. Number 10 Creighton survives Villanova 69-67. Number 17 South Carolina over Mississippi State 93-89 in overtime. Tulsa beats number 24 South Florida 76-70. Number 1 Houston absolutely demolishes number 14 Kansas 76-46. Number 15 Kentucky over number 4 Tennessee 85-81. Number 8 Marquette over Xavier 86-60. Texas Tech knocks off number 11 Baylor 78-68. Number 7 North Carolina beats Duke 84-79. And number 13 Auburn over Georgia 92-78. Pac-12 action in the final night of the regular season Pac-12 ever. As we mentioned, number 5 Arizona is at USC. Arizona State is at UCLA tonight at 9 o'clock. And earlier tonight, Colorado beat Oregon State 73-57, and Oregon beat Utah 66-65. We'll take one more time out here on the Kimpton Chevrolet Halftime Report. When we come back, it'll be time for second half action. Eastern leads at 37-19. We'll be back after this. Yeah, I was making the scores different, but the same. Welcome back inside here at Gateau Gymnasium. Lee Patterson with you. Eastern leads at 37-19 over Yavapai. A quick check of the game down in Douglas. Coach East leads Western 32-30 at halftime. The winner of that game gets the winner of this game on Monday for the Region 1 championship. Eastern, first half, I think it started a little slow if you're Coach Turner. Probably weren't excited about that, but defensively, I would say it was an A+ for the Monsters. The Monsters will start the second half with a Cook Machar, Dallin Morgan, Lee Rickwood Pitt, Noah Agoli, and Rayshawn Seamster. It'll be Monster basketball at midcourt, right to left. Yavapai will counter with Rafael Dupuy, Martin De La Portier, Nadir Myers, Carter John, and Kieran Carr. All 10 starters back out on the floor. In the corner, a Cook Machar for three. Back iron won't go. Pulled down by Yavapai into the hands of Nadir Myers. Left side. Works against a goalie out on top. Now comes right around a high ball screen. Now make it two screens. Down low to the big man. Goes right on Rickwood Pitt. Fadeaway lefty is good for De La Portier. 37-21 Monsters. Into the front court, a goalie with the basketball. Right side to Machar, left side to Morgan. Morgan now to Machar, left side, down low to Seamster, double teamed, reverses it on top to a goalie. A goalie comes left, now right, stolen away by Myers, and a steal by Yavapai. Myers on the run, left side against Seamster, to the glass, up and in for Nadir Myers. 37-23, Yavapai starting on a quick 4-0 run here in the second half. Machar with the basketball right side. Comes left on the dribble to a goalie. A goalie drives left baseline, nobody there, back on top to Machar. Machar goes left, steps through a double team to Rickwood Pitt. 12 to shoot, Rickwood Pitt out on top to Seamster with 8 to shoot. Seamster goes right, double team, down low to a goalie, fadeaway from 12, nothing near as Lee Rickwood Pitt lands hard on his right side, no foul. 5-on-4 back the other way. John for three, no good. And Seamster gives it back down to Rickwood Pitt, and he'll lay it up and in. And a timeout called by the Monsters, and Rickwood Pitt needs to go see Steve Oram, the head athletic trainer, and Rickwood Pitt not happy that he got undercut on that last rebound attempt. He's going to walk down the tunnel back towards the locker rooms with the athletic training staff. Jamari Childs will check into the Monsters lineup, and we'll hope to see that Rickwood Pitt is okay. I think at the least he knocked the air out. He got the air knocked out of him. If you've never had the air knocked out of you, though, in the middle of a sporting event, the panic that sets in when you can't breathe is something different than you're ever used to. But we'll see. Hopefully we see him emerge from the tunnel in a second and be able to get back into this game. As we mentioned, Jamari Childs checks into the game. Monsters lead 39-23, 18-20 to play in the ball game. Winner of this one gets the winner of Cochise and Western Monday night in the Region 1 championship game. Eastern trying to make it back to the national tournament for the first time since 07-08. Myers into the front court, goes left around the top of the key. On the dribble, near side to Carr. Carr goes left on the dribble against Morin, gets to the glass, blocked by Rayshawn Seamster, and out of bounds off of Yavapai. It'll be Monster basketball. The Yavapai fans want a goaltend, but I think that Rayshawn got there before the ball got to the rim and the backboard. It'll be Eastern basketball right to left, to goalie into the front court, top of the key. 2-3 zone by Yavapai this trip down. A goalie near side to Childs, down low to Rayshawn. Backs his way down, spins in the lane, and it's going to be a foul on the ground against Yavapai. The foul will go on 12, Kieran Carr. That'll be his second non-shooting foul, first team foul. It'll be Eastern basketball, baseline right. A goalie will inbound. Slaps the basketball. Needs somebody to move, lobs it into Seamster all the way on top. Now gets it to Childs. Childs right side to a goalie. He'll drive, leave it back to Childs for three. Front iron no good. Pulled down by Carr for the Rough Riders. Sprints it into the front court near side. On top to DePoy for three. Back iron, no good. Jamari Childs there for the rebound for the Monsters. He'll sprint it into the front court. Near side to Seamster. Seamster drives in the lane to a goalie. 15-foot jumper, good for Noah Goalie. A goalie into double digits on the scoring front. 41-23 Monsters, 17 minutes to play. We welcome those of you listening in the Gila Valley tonight on KETO 1230 AM and those of you watching on YouTube on the Eastern Arizona College Athletics channel. Thanks for joining us. Myers with the basketball right side, goes around a high ball screen, now leaves it back. Three ball on the way, front iron no good. Rebounded by Childs again for the Monsters. Back-to-back rebounds for him. Into the hands of a goalie. A goalie goes left on the dribble. Now drives the lane, finds some room, gets to the glass, and he's fouled on the way up by Martin de la Portier. That should be his third.
Foul against Yavapai, number 20.
And that'll send Eastern to the line to shoot two.
His third. Second team foul.
That'll be the third on him, and he's pleading his case to the officials that he was straight up and didn't commit a foul. A goalie to the line. 11 points for Noah tonight. Make it 12 as he sinks the first. Back into the Yavapai lineup. Number 1, Isaac Gonzalez, and number 11, Tim Richardson. And back into the Eastern Arizona College lineup will be Terrence Warren, replacing Dallin Morgan. Eastern leads at 42-23, 16:32 to play. Now a goalie back to the line for his second. Fires, and good. 43-23, Monsters by 20, their largest lead. Gonzalez against the full court pressure of the Monsters, left side to Carr. Carr drives it up against a goalie. Warren comes over on the double team, near side to John. John leaves it to Myers, back to John, fires the three, back iron no good, and a rebounding foul underneath against Eastern. Is it Noah Goalie over the top? Nope, it's going to be on number 2, Rayshawn Seamster with the hold.
Monsters number 2, Rayshawn Seamster.
That'll be his first non-shooting foul. It'll be Yavapai basketball. Baseline right. And the official's going to make sure Terrence Warren has his jersey tucked in before the ball gets inbound. The Eastern drum line getting the crowd into it on the far side. Carr, just check that. Richardson to inbound, into Myers in the near corner. Picks up his dribble, swings it out on top to Gonzalez with 14 to shoot. Gonzalez goes left against a goalie to Myers. Myers against Warren now, 8 to shoot. Crossover, drives, and taken out of the air by Rayshawn Seamster. A goalie into the front court to Warren, left side. He'll drive left baseline, spins into the paint, stolen away by Myers, and Yavapai gets it back. Off to John. John with a right-handed dribble into the front court against Seamster. Seamster down to Richardson right side. Goes left on the dribble. Now back down in the paint to Carr. Turnaround elbow jumper is good for Kieran Carr. 43-25, Monsters on top. 15:28 to play in the ball game. A goalie sprints the ball into the front court against Gonzalez. Standing dribble now on top of the EAC logo. Goes left, off to Warren. Warren hands it off to Machar. Machar back to a goalie. A goalie goes right, now left into the paint. Out to Childs. Childs 15 feet from the basket. Down to Seamster on the right baseline. Turnaround jumper on the way. Too hard off the back iron. Pulled down by Kieran Carr for Yavapai. Sprints it into the front court. On top now. Swings it around left side to Richardson. Richardson hands it off to John. Long three on the way is good for Carter John. 43-28, Monsters lead it. 14:45 to play in this one. Noah Goalie against Gonzalez in the backcourt. Now alternates the dribble into the front court. Goes left around to screen. On top to Childs. Right side to Machar. Machar goes left into the paint, and he's fouled by Carter John on the pass. That'll be the third on Carter John. Into the Eastern lineup, Amari Caraway and Caden Erickson replacing a goalie and Machar. Eastern basketball baseline left, 20 to shoot, 14:28 to play. Monsters lead 43-28. Caraway to inbound baseline left. Into the corner to Warren. Warren catches left side, down low to Seamster. Seamster, offensive foul called as Carr takes the charge. That'll be the second on Rayshon. And Cam Turner says that's got to be a flop all day long. The officials call it an offensive foul, though. Carr into Gonzalez. Gonzalez against Caraway. Into the front court, left to right. Right side to Richardson. Richardson against Erickson. Goes right, now left, into the paint. Blocked by Erickson. Into the hands of Warren. To Erickson, left side. Erickson to the glass. And he's fouled on the way up by Kieran Carr. That'll be the third on Kieran Carr, and Caden Erickson will go to the line to shoot two. Erickson with Erickson tonight for the Monsters has 2 points, both of them from the foul line, 2 for 2. Erickson back to the line for 2 more. First one on the way and short for Caden. Erickson. Eugene Edgerson, the lead official, telling Eastern they have to keep their shirts tucked in. Not going to tell them anymore to tuck their shirt in. Erickson's second free throw, around and off, no good. Carr pulls down the rebound for Yavapai. 14 minutes to play, 43-28, Eastern on top. Richardson into the front court, goes backdoor to Carr, in the corner to John for 3, good for Carter John. Second 3 of the second half for him, and it's 43-31. Yavapai back to within 12. The Yavapai bench trying to get their team back into it. Warren into the front court, on top to Caraway. Now on top to Seamster. Seamster goes left, spins in the lane, and he traveled with the basketball. Turnover back to Yavapai as the Rough Riders try to make a run. Yavapai basketball, left to right. Gonzalez against Warren in the backcourt. Tries to sprint it up left side, cut off there by Warren. Now between the circles, out on top. Right side to Carr. Carr on top to Richardson. Richardson left side to Gonzalez. Gonzalez on top to Myers. Right side to John. Back to Myers. Top of the key with 7 to shoot. Crossover dribble, goes left. Pump fake, off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound back, and the follow is good for Nadir Myers. To within 10 now is Yavapai. 43-33 with 12:51 to play. Timeout, Monsters. 12:50 left in the ball game. Eastern leading 43-33. We'll be back after this full timeout. Welcome back inside here, Gateau Gymnasium. The Yavapai Rough Riders on a run. They've cut it to 10 with 12:50 to play, the closest they've been for most of the game. Eastern leads at 43-33. It'll be Monster basketball, front court right. Warren will inbound. Into the backcourt to Caraway. Caraway right to left now against Gonzalez. Goes right on the dribble. Off to Warren. Warren comes left around a screen. Right side to Caraway. Catch, shoot, three. Good for AC3. Big shot for the Monsters. 46-33. Eastern by 13 with 12.5 to play. Myers with the ball left side for Yavapai. Crossover on Erickson. Comes right to the corner to Gonzalez. Now back to Myers. Myers goes left on Erickson. Crosses him over. Gets to the glass. Scoop shot won't go. Rebounded by Erickson for the Monsters. He's going to lead the break. Stolen away by Yavapai and out of bounds to Dallin Morgan, who's sitting on the bench for the Monsters. It'll be Monster basketball, front court left. Rayshawn Seamster will inbound. Into the backcourt to Caraway, he'll catch there. Goes right against Gonzalez, now left, gets into the lane. Caraway on top to Warren with 19 to shoot. Monsters lead by 13. Warren goes left around a Rick Wood pit screen. Now goes right into the paint. Scoop shot is blocked out of bounds by Richardson, and it will stay with Eastern with, they reset the shot clock. They reset the shot clock to 20, and it shouldn't have been reset. They're going to put 10, I think, on the shot clock. It's going to be 10 on the shot clock. Eastern will have 10 to shoot. Baseline right. Caraway will inbound. Caraway gets it in to Warren, but it's knocked out of bounds by Carr into a couple of members of the Eastern women's basketball team. Into the Eastern lineup will be Noah Goley, replacing Caden Erickson. Monster basketball, front court right. Warren will inbound for Eastern, leading by 13, 11:52 to play. Into a goalie, goes left around a screen. On top now to Warren. Warren goes left, and he's fouled as he goes by. The foul will go on number 5, Nadir Myers. That'll be his second. Non-shooting foul. Monsters will inbound, front court left. A goalie will trigger for Eastern. A goalie looks down low for the big man. Instead gets it on top to Caraway. Caraway right side to Seamster. Seamster gets a screen from Rick Wood Pitt, goes right, drives to the lane. Scoop shot won't go. Pulled down by Yavapai, but stolen back by Noah Goley, and he's fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Nice hustle by Noah Goley to get the steal and the foul. The foul will go on number 1, Isaac Gonzalez. That'll be his first. That'll put Noah Goley at the line to shoot 2. Tonight, a goalie with 13 points for the Monsters. Leads them in scoring tonight. 46-33, Eastern leads with 11:33 to play. A goalie's first free throw is up and in. 14 points for a goalie. You'll get one more. Fires and good. 2 for 2 at the line for Noah Goley. 48-33, Eastern by 15 with 11:32 to play. Gonzalez into the front court against a goalie as the Monsters stay man-to-man on defense. Left side to John. John catches against Warren. Now steps back for a deep 3. Leaves it short. Rebounded by Warren for the Monsters. Loses the handle and then gets it to Seamster. Seamster, right side to Rick Wood Pitt. Steps through. Floater is no good. Gets his own rebound back, and he puts it up and in for Lee Rick Wood Pitt. Nice move by the big man, gliding through the paint to make it 50-33. Eastern back up by 17. Richardson with the ball left side for Yavapai. Comes right on the dribble. Hands it off to Myers. Myers drives, now steps back. 3 ball on the way. Good for Nadir Myers. 50-36. Eastern on top. 10:38 to play. A goalie walks it into the front court. Lobs it right side to Rick Wood Pitt. He catches. Comes left on the dribble. In the paint to Rayshawn. Spins left. Steps through. Fade away. Rolls off. No good. Rick Wood Pitt with the rebound. The follow and 1 for Rick Wood Pitt. Count the basket for Rick Woodpit. The foul will go on 21, Carter John. That'll be his fourth. 52-36. Monsters in the bonus as well. That's the 7th team foul. Martin De La Portier into the lineup for the Yavapai Rough Riders. Rick Woodpit at the line trying to make it a 3-point play for the Monsters. Fires and good for Rick Woodpit. The old-fashioned 3-point play for the Monsters to go up 53-36 with 10:17 to play. Gonzalez will bring it into the front court left to right against Terrence Warren, the freshman of the year in the league. On top to De La Portier. He'll come right on the dribble, hand it off to Carr. Carr drives the lane. And a whistle and a foul on the way by against Eastern Noah goalie. That'll be his second. Into the Eastern lineup, Dallin Morgan and Cook Machar replacing Warren and Caraway. It'll be Yavapai basketball, baseline right. Richardson will inbound. Gets it into Carr, near side. Carr against Morgan. Goes right, drives the baseline, kicks it in the corner to the big man. Lefty three, in and out, no good. Seamster with the rebound. Off to a goalie. A goalie sprints it into the front court, right side to Seamster. Thinks about a three, now leaves it back to Noah. Near side to Morgan, he'll take the three. Doesn't draw anything, an air ball by Dallin Morgan. It's a rare sight for Dallin Morgan, who shoots well from behind the arc. 53-36. Eastern leads it with 9:41 to play. A win tonight will get them into Monday night's Region 1 championship game against the winner of Cochise and Western. At halftime, Cochise led 32-30. Richardson into the front court on top to De La Portier. Now around to Myers. Myers against Machar. Goes left into the lane, leaves it for the big man, loses it on the way up. Stolen back, long pass to Rayshawn, leaves it to a goalie in the paint, leaves it short, and pulled down by Carr. Into the front court, Carr on the sprint. Left corner, Myers wide open for a three. Back iron, no. The big man with the rebound, De La Portier, and he puts it back up and in with the offensive rebound and put back. 53-38 Monsters, 8:55 to play. A goalie into the front court, right to left. Standing dribble on top against Gonzalez. Now it goes left on the dribble around to Morgan screen. Now back right into the corner to Machar. Machar drives, leaves it to Seamster. Pump fake off the glass, no good. And the ball's loose, picked up by Gonzalez on the run against a goalie. Left side to Myers. Myers drives in the paint, off the glass and good for Nadir Myers. 53-40. Yavapai back to within 13 with 8.5 to play in this one. Morgan into the front court to Rick Woodpit. He'll go left on the dribble to Morgan. Left side to Seamster. Seamster in the paint against the big man. Fade away, rolls off the rim, no good. Rick Woodpit with the putback and the follow on the offensive rebound for Rick Woodpit. 55-40, Monsters by 15. 8 minutes to play in the ball game. Eastern on top 15. Gonzalez into the front court, left to right. Goes left, hands it off to Tim Richardson. In the paint to Carr, goes to the glass and scores it for Kieran Carr. 55-42. Monsters by 13. Into the front court, right side to Machar. Machar comes left on top to Morgan. Morgan right side to Rick Woodpit. Catches in the corner, now drives against the big man. Fade away in the paint, no good, but a foul going to be called on De La Portier. That will be his fourth. And that'll put Lee Rick Woodpit at the line to shoot two. Rick Woodpit with 13 points tonight for the Monsters. The 6'10" Aussie at the line for the Monsters. His first is up and good. Back into the Yavapai lineup. 21, Carter John playing with 4 fouls. Now Rick Woodpit back to the line for his second. Second one is good. 2 for 2 at the line for Lee. 57-42. Monsters lead with 7:20 to play. Into the front court, left to right. Gonzalez with it for the Riders. Comes right on the dribble against a goalie. Looking for John out on top, nothing there. Now swings it to John, into the corner to Carr. Carr thinks about a three, now brings it back to John. He'll drive right into the paint against Morgan, to the glass, no good. De La Portier with the rebound and the putback. And a timeout called by Yavapai. 6:58 to play in the ball game. 57-44, Monsters lead it. We'll be back after this full timeout. Welcome back here to Eastern Arizona College. Lee Patterson with you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Region 1, Division 1 semifinals. Eastern leads Yavapai 57-44 with 6:58 to play. Winner of this one gets Monday's night's championship game against the winner of Cochise and Western. Eastern basketball, length of floor, right to left, into Machar. Machar against Myers, comes left, off to a goalie. A goalie against Gonzalez. Now into the front court. Goes right. Looks low. Now on top to Machar. He's going to catch and shoot a three from there. Back iron, no good. Rebound is loose to Rayshawn, and he dunks it home with two hands for Rayshawn Seamster. 59-44 Monsters. Gonzalez left to right into the front court for Yavapai. Against a goalie out on top. Now on the right side. Swings it left side to Richardson. Richardson goes left, gets a screen, now comes right, spins left, down low to the big man, in the paint, jumper is good for De La Portier. 59-46, Monsters by 13 with 6 minutes to play. A goalie into the front court, gets a screen, goes right, leaves it to Rick Wood, Pitt down the lane, and dunks it home over the head of Carter John. 61-46 Monsters. With 5:45 to play, Gonzalez drives right into the corner to Myers. Myers, right baseline, stolen away, ball loose, Machar picks it up. Monsters have numbers, a goalie left side to the glass and good for Noah, a goalie. 63-46 Monsters, 5.5 to play. Yavapai has been as close as 10 here in the second half, but then the Monsters go back on a run. De La Portier with the ball out on top. Hands it off to Carter John. John goes left on Machar, now back right. Now stolen away by Rayshawn. Rayshawn down to Machar. Machar steps through in the paint, and one for Lee Rickwood Pitt. Count the basket. The foul will go on 11, Tim Richardson. That'll be his second. Back into the Yavapai lineup, number 12, Kieran Carr, and into the Eastern lineup, number 3, Amari Caraway. Rickwood Pitt to the line to try to make it a three-point play. 19 points tonight for Rickwood Pitt. He leads the Monsters now. Rafael DePoy back into the Yavapai lineup. Rickwood Pitt back to the line for the and one. It is up and it is good. 20 points for Rickwood Pitt tonight to lead the Monsters, and they lead by that 20 points, 66-46, with 5 minutes to play. Richardson will walk it into the front court, left to right. Works against AC3 out on top. Goes right, now back left. Can't shake a goalie who picks him up from the left elbow. Stolen away by Machar. Right side to Seamster, to the glass, leaves it short, as he tried to leap and he couldn't. Richardson is down behind the play, and they probably should blow the whistle. In the paint, and a dunk for De La Poirier. There's a Yavapai player down behind the play, and the Eastern Arizona College training staff is on the way over there. He almost in the breezeway of the lobby. I'm not sure what happened. Him and Rayshawn Seamster collided on the way up, as Rayshawn misstepped on his way up, and that is Tim Richardson that is down on the far side. We'll take a timeout, an injury timeout here at Eastern. 4:26 to play in the ball game. Eastern 66, Yavapai 48. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back inside here at Eastern Arizona College. Tim Richardson has made his way down the tunnel back to the training room. And who will be into the game for him? It will be number 21, Carter John. It'll be Eastern basketball, length floor right to left, as Martin De La Portier had the dunk before the officials blew the play dead to 10 to Tim Richardson. 66-48 Monsters, 4:19 to play. Caraway into the front court, right side to a goalie, swings it around to Machar. Machar on the right angle, comes left through the lane, into the corner to Caraway. AC3 for three, good! AC3, 69-48. Monsters up by 21 now with 4 minutes to play. Ties their largest lead of the night. Into the front court, De La Poirier with it, hands it off to Carr out on top, goes left, pulls up, pump fake, now fires, no good. Machar with the rebound for the Monsters. Right side to a goalie, into the front court. Cross court to Seamster. Seamster drives left, in the paint, fadeaway jumper on the way, too hard over the rim. Pulled down by Carr. Carr sprints it into the front court for Yavapai, gets to the glass, lays it up and in for Kieran Carr. 69-50. Monsters lead with 3:25 to play. Into the front court, Caraway with the basketball. On top, swings it around right side to Machar. Machar comes left around the top of the key, now backs it up between the circles. Right side to a goalie, lobs it down to Rick Wood-Pitt. Rick Wood-Pitt to AC3, catch, shoot, back iron no good. Seamster with the offensive rebound. AC3 in the paint, pump fake and score for Amari Caraway. 71-50, Monsters lead, 2:55 to play. Yavapai not going away though. Every time Eastern has made it 21 points, they've been able to answer with a bucket. Carr into the front court, goes right, leaves it down for the big man, stolen away by Eastern. Into the hands of a goalie. A goalie sprints it. Right side, Caraway lays it up and in. 73-50, largest lead of the night now for the Monsters at 23 with 2:30 to play. Cochise and Western tied at 47 in the second half of that one. Winner of that one gets the winner of this one on Monday night. Into the front court, Carr with it on the right baseline for Yavapai. Goes left, loses the handle, picked up by Machar. Machar leaves it right side to a goalie, lays it up and in. Monsters running here in the second half, and they lead by 25 with 2 minutes to play. Yavapai did a nice job of slowing down the pace for most of this one, but in the last, I'd say, 10 or 12 minutes, Eastern has really been able to get out and run and stretch the lead. John into the front court, fires a three, right side, good. Carter John with another three for Yavapai, his fourth made three of the ball game. 75-53. Monsters on top. Machar into the front court, crosses over, goes left, gets to the glass, lays it up and in for a Cook Machar. Long weak span for a Cook Machar, makes it look easy coming across the lane like that. That is not that easy to do. 77-53. Monsters on top. John fires another three, right side, front iron, no. Machar with the rebound for Eastern. 75 seconds to play in this one. Timeout, Eastern. Eastern's going to put a whole new 5 in, but they're going to take a timeout as well. A 30-second timeout. They're going to sub out, so just a substitution timeout. Terrence Warren into the Eastern lineup. Jamari Childs, along with Caden Erickson, in for the first time. Dejon Russell Walters, a 6'7" freshman from Nottingham, UK. And also number 14, Felix Smedjback, the 6'6" freshman from Malmo, Sweden. Russell Walters into the backcourt to Warren. With 1:10 to play, Monsters by 24. Warren into the front court around a screen. Goes left, keeps coming through the paint. Right side, Erickson wide open for a three. Fires good for Caden Erickson from the right side. That is the icing on the cake for the Monsters. They lead at 80-53 with 52 seconds to play. Myers drives right side into the corner. Now on top, DePoy for three. In and out, no good. Erickson high for the rebound for the Monsters. On the run into the front court to Smedjback. Left side for a three. Good for Felix Smedjback. And the Monsters firing away up 30 with 34 seconds to play. Richardson into the paint. Outside now to Cameron Stokes. Pulls up off the glass, no good. Into the hands of Warren. 23 seconds to play. The shot clock is off. The Monsters will get it into the front court, and they will dribble this one out. Eastern Arizona College will move into Monday's night region championship game against the winner of Cochise and Western, who were at last check were tied at 47. 5 seconds to play in this one. Final score, 83-53, EAC into the Region 1 championship game on Monday night. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back to recap it right after this. Welcome into the Open Loop Energy postgame show. Lee Patterson with you. Final score, Eastern wins at 83-53 over Yavapai. Let's take a look at the scoring. First for Yavapai. 12 points for Nadir Byers, 10 points for Kieran Carr, 12 points for De La Portier, 12 points for Carter John, and 7 for Tim Richardson. And that is it for Yavapai. They shot 40% from the game, 22% from 3, and their one free throw tonight they made, 1 out of 1 at the line. For Eastern Arizona College, 19 points for Noah Goli, 8 points and 10 rebounds for Rayshawn Seamster, 8 points for Akuk Machar, 6 points for Dallin Morgan, 20 points tonight for Lee Rickwood Pitt to lead all scores, 10 points for Mari Caraway, 5 points for Caden Erickson, 4 for Terrence Warren, and 3 for Felix Smetchbach tonight. The Monsters shot 52% from the floor, 32% from 3, and they were 77% at the line. Eastern's largest lead was 30 tonight. That came at the 39-second mark. Yavapai led by 1 at the 15:34 mark of the first half. The game was tied at 8, and then Eastern blew it open. We are joined now by Eastern Arizona College head coach Cameron Turner. And Coach, a little bit of a slow start. Looked like Yavapai was trying to slow down the pace of this game tonight, but you guys were able to fight through that and get it going eventually.
Yeah, you know, it's a playoff game. They're young kids. They're going to have some nerves going in, as much as we talk about it, breathing, all the little things we do to calm us down. But, hey, we had a 30-point win. They made a great, valiant effort here. Yavapai did in that second half, their last gasp, and that's when we had to call timeout to go like, hey, we're okay, guys, when we got to guard. We're going to win any championships. We have to guard. And they responded, and we came back, and we went on a run. I don't know by how many, but we went on a run and really blew it open there in the second half. So
you really did, and you out-rebounded them 22-15. And they only went to the foul line one time today. I mean, in the length of a game, you know, in and out of the game, for them to only get one free throw attempt, I think that's a big plus for you guys.
It is. You know, we guard, we show our hands, and we want people to shoot over our length, and they kind of fell into our trap with doing that.
Yeah, and that is a big win. It's always hard to beat a team for the 5th time.
Yeah, I've never experienced that. I just have never done that. I've done 3, I've done 4, but I've never done 5.
Yeah.
So it's a unique game.
No, it definitely was, and then this is just the beginning. The Region 1 semifinals were tonight. That puts you at home on Monday night at 7 o'clock in the Region 1 championship game against the winner of Cochise and Western.
I don't know what the score is.
Are tied.
Tied. Oh, got an exciting one.
So they are down in Douglas in that one. No team's been up by more than 5 points in that game, so it's been a back-and-forth game. And the winner of that one will get you guys on Monday night. And kind of a weird Saturday, Monday turnaround. Anything different for you guys?
Well, we're fortunate we did it last week. So we have some experience to do that. So we'll rest, we'll hydrate. We've been very good this year on our in-between game preparation on how we take care of our bodies. Our trainers did a heck of a job with that. And then we will practice tomorrow night. So we'll do our game prep and get ready to go. Again, it'll be somebody who played the 5th time, so we know what we're getting ourselves into. But we're a team that kind of morphs, and we're starting to play different. Cook McCarr is doing a heck of a job, playing bigger minutes. You know, our sophomores are really, really showing up, and our culture is what's carrying us right now. Is my guys are bonded together, and that's why we're continuing to win. And we want to do something that hasn't happened here since 1995. Win the conference, win the region, and go to the national tournament. That has not happened since the 1995 team. And since I got here, even on the women's side, people still talk about that like it happened yesterday. And so I want to have those memories for our community and these guys.
Right, and that would be since 95 for the trifecta, and since 07-08 back to the national tournament in Hutchinson, Kansas. And this squad, I think, is capable.
We're definitely capable. We've gone through so much, you know. We're not even firing on all our cylinders with Anton leaving at semester, but our guys have responded. Lee Rickwood has earned his way into to getting scholarships. He's done a heck of a job. I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of all these guys, how they responded, no matter what happens at this point. It's just a fun journey, and I don't want it to stop. You know, I wanted to keep going, and these guys have earned the right in our conference to go to nationals. So they're a heck of a group. So we'll prepare for one of those teams that are coming. You know, I hope the community pulls up. It's a great group. They're good guys. You know, pull up to the game. I hope to see you guys here on Monday night at 7.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a big win tonight, and we'll see you Monday night.
Thank you.
That is Eastern Arizona College head coach Cameron Turner. That'll do it for us. That'll be for my producer, Big Time Timmy Jim in the studio. Amanda Patterson, my statistician tonight. I'm Lee Patterson. Saying thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Monday night. Good night.